Okay. It is November 11th, 2020. Let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is what's been going on in all across America. New York City, Texas, Houston, Texas, uh, Atlanta. We got to stop the violence. Okay? I want to say rest in peace to King Von. You know, we grew up, a lot of us grew up under those same circumstances, uh, with murders and things like that. And we got to get something through our thick skulls, and that's that once you escape, stay escaped. So for all the guys that are, new rappers, up and coming rappers, performers, entertainers, athletes, once you escape and you get to the bag, stay escaped. And don't let your pride and your ego get you murdered in the street, because that's what you work so hard to avoid. So yeah, you can go back to your block under the proper circumstances. Yeah, you can hang with your old friends under the proper circumstances. But watch yourself out there. And as far as the other states, I know a lot of the violence is because people's money isn't right. They're doing a lot of bad deals. People are feeling a little bit desperate right now, so they're moving that way, and people aren't doing business the way that they would normally do business. But at the same time, if that $100 is not to put food in your kid's mouth, you may want to hold off on the gunplay and the murder, because now's the time where the urban community, the black community in specific, needs to kind of solidify. You know, we've been under 4 years of divisiveness with the Donald Trump thing, which I really wouldn't consider divisive. It's basically just the truth serum. The truth about how people really feel about other races and other people and other cultures was allowed to be freely expressed. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, because you need to know where a man stands. Just because a man doesn't like black people, or a white guy doesn't like black people, or a Chinese guy doesn't like black people, or a black person doesn't like a white person, it doesn't mean that they are not valuable, or they cannot assist you in your journey, or they will not provide you with information or resources that you may need. It just means that they just don't want you to want to be your friend. And that's fine, because it's people that I don't want to be my friend, and the reason might not be as broad as being white or black or whatever, skinny, fat, slanty eyed, straight eyed, big lip, skinny nose, whatever the reason is. So, I just want to address those things. I want to address I'm going to touch briefly on the presidential election, and just trying to figure out. I don't know about you, but I took government. I took government in high school. And basic government class would have let you know that the presidential election is not the most important election to you individually. So, to put so much stock in who's going to be the president, who's going to lead, who's going to pilot the ship, is foolish. That's kind of foolish, because if Trump was piloting the ship, crack would not be illegal in Oregon right now. You understand what I'm saying? So he is not the pilot of the ship. We're gonna touch on crack and heroin being legal. I think that's a mistake. I think it's or decriminalized, just because of how harmful it is to society as a whole, and how it erodes how it can erode the moral foundation of society, because it just appeals to the lower nature. And I'm not saying that people should get 200 years for a kilo of heroin, but what I am saying is that it should not be publicly allowed. Should not be, oh, it's okay. The same way I don't think that smoking weed should be publicly allowed. You mean to tell me I can't smoke a cigarette in public, but which is not tested for, but a guy can sit down on a bench next to me and smoke weed, and I may be getting tested for weed. I don't want my bus driver or my airline pilot high. So I mean, we got a lot of issues here. And then you throw in coronavirus, and then you throw in the stock market bubble, and then you throw in the amount of people that are going to be displaced due to running out of money from this COVID thing. I mean, we are really in this type of situation where we're going to need to band together and conquer some of these challenges that are ahead of us, or we are going to suffer collectively. So, that being said, let's get to the money. Bitcoin is up above 15,000. Let's see, Bitcoin is up above 15,000. And up 3% today. The stock market, a lot of the stock market is up. It's kind of getting hard to find entry points in crypto and in the stock market, because I'm starting to get that feeling that everything is due for a correction soon, and I don't know how much of a correction that we're due for. The stock market, I really don't play the stock market as much because I like the volatility and the gains in cryptocurrency. I know I'm kind of fidgeting in my seat. I haven't been live in a long time, probably since May, just because of Corona and things are changing so fast with how business works, and my main source of income is brick and mortar businesses. So we have to make sure that we devise plans to go online, create delivery services, just to kind of change with the times. So right now, Bitcoin is at 15,656. Like I said, it's November 11th. 10:55 a.m. Bitcoin is looking good. I spent like 2 hours today trying to find an entry point on quite a few. I mainly trade the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Trying to find an entry point on the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Everything is up a little bit past my comfort zone. A lot of my open trades have been open a lot of my open swing trades have been open for nearly a month, because trading against Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is growing faster. It's increasing in value faster than everything else. So I've still been feeding the monster. I've been making a few buys just because I don't know if it's actually going to go down or not. So in the cryptocurrency space, all is well. I mean, overall, my holdings, everything, the value of everything that I have is way up. Even though I can't necessarily recoup the satoshis that I put in, the dollar value on the satoshis, if I were to sell it today, is higher. So I would actually make more money if I sold today and put those funds back into circulation. But then you fall into the trap of you still have lost that value. So if say something is down 30%, like I have some EOS that's down 50%. It's not actually down 50%. It's just that this value in satoshis is 50% less, because the value of Bitcoin, I bought those EOS when Bitcoin was around $9,000, and ever since that $9,000, $9,500, Bitcoin has been on a steady rise, much faster than the altcoins. So I would advise everybody that is trading against Bitcoin, I say hold your bags, because the value has increased. Don't grab the money and run. If you're trading into Bitcoin, you're trading into satoshis. Right now is the temptation to overtrade the market. I have some stuff that I've been holding for almost 70 days with no profit. Supposedly, on paper, no profit. And you actually have to sell it to be in profit right now. I'm choosing to hold, because although I can get more cash, I'm not interested in accumulating cash. As I've said from the beginning, my Bitcoin play is a long-term play. So any trades that I make is to acquire more satoshis. If I sell based on the value today, which is maybe 65% more than I actually put into it at the time of purchase, I still lose the amount of satoshis that I put into it. You understand what I'm saying? So if I bought it for 5,500 satoshis, right? I believe EOS, I can't remember the pricing right now, but if I bought it for 5,500 satoshis, say for instance, and it was worth $2 or $1 and some change, $1.25 at 5,500 satoshis was $1.25, right? But today, I can sell it for 3,200 satoshis, and it's worth $2.15. I still don't recoup my satoshis. What I'm in this for is to accumulate satoshis. So sure, I could sell it now, put it back in the mix, and get my algorithm churning again. But to recoup those satoshis, is what's difficult, because that's nearly half the purchase price. So you actually have to get a 50% gain, which at 3 to 5%, that's 10 trades. You actually have to do 10 trades to accumulate those same satoshis minus fees. There may be 10 or 12 trades. So I'm choosing just to hold. It's not really it's not like I'm cashing out anytime soon. I'm saving on fees, and then with the amount of volatility that we're experiencing in the market right now, I'm not really one of those guys. We've been through this before, where I've had stuff sitting. I had stuff sitting for almost a year at one point. But when I did choose to cash out, it was 3-4x increase, and it still wasn't at the Satoshi value. So that's that's my take on the Bitcoin market. I think that Bitcoin is on the rise. It probably will, by close to the first of the year, be around 20K. A stable 20K, being though that it has been picked up by PayPal, um, and a lot of institutional players have become more involved in the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So I believe that it will stay around this range, but I'm not willing to give up my percentage. I'm not willing to give up my gains, the gains that I've made, in order to resume trading on the scale that I was trading before. So I have probably 50 positions that are open. Yeah, I have probably about 50 positions that are that are still open for a trade. And when the market touches that, and I don't care how long it is. If it takes me a year, it doesn't matter, because I started off mining and hodling. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm hodling, and I will continue to hodl. As you're looking at the chart right now, Litecoin is on a serious run, and I had an entry point on Litecoin earlier today. I probably should have taken it, but instead I just bought in on a little extra Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging, and Bitcoin, and so that's been on a rise since I touched that too. So I mean, overall things are pretty good in the cryptocurrency market. Stock market wise, what am I looking at? I'm definitely afraid of the stock market right now, because if you think cryptocurrency is manipulated, then once you step into that stock market, that is manipulated by amounts of money that you would not believe. And so I believe the stock market is definitely gonna take a dip, just because a lot of these companies that aren't tech companies, even though most companies are tech companies, but I mean that aren't listed as a tech company, are going to have some issues until this vaccine situation starts sorting out a lot of these businesses that require people to be in close proximity. So I basically just wanted to come in, touch base on the violence. New York is escape from New York again. It's getting crazy over there. California is like a homeless a haven for homeless people and dope fiends. Oregon has decided that they're going to decriminalize hard drugs. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on around here. And in the meantime, you see the market is doing what it does. Somebody's making a push down on Bitcoin and a push down on Litecoin. So we're just gonna go through, play the hand that you were dealt, stay strong. Don't let what's going on create doubt in your mind about whether you can still succeed in business during this COVID situation. They're increasing these lockdowns again. And stay strong out here. Level heads will prevail. Invest in yourself. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.